Hey guys, I know I haven't posted on this account in a little minute, despite all the craziness that's going on, all the turmoil, the natural disasters, the pain and things like that this year. I just wanted to tell you guys,
I definitely know who moved that Tesla on that late July before they went on tour.
David has just given a response to the allegations against him revolving the incident with Celeste. This is likely due to him being caught up in an illegal transaction of transferring his assets out of his name right when Celeste had passed, because it reads, sources believe after David hired his new legal firm plus transferring assets out of his name that he's preparing for the police to close on him. Expect his arrest soon, as a lawyer would then review it and explain what it really means.
You know, transferring these assets in the middle of an investigation, as opposed to 2 years ago or a year ago.
Right.
Could a court look at this and say, this was a deliberate attempt to what you say, concealing assets, and they could breach it, they could pierce it, they could say, even though that you've transferred this into your mother's name, that was invalid. This is a way for, let's say, a plaintiff who sues him, or let's say in a criminal judgment to pay that fine. Can a court look at that and say, even though you transferred it, it's still open season on those properties?
Yeah, this is what's so puzzling about this. It is a very basic premise of law throughout the country that you can't transfer assets after the event happens that would otherwise trigger collecting on those assets. So we have rules in different states. Sometimes they're called fraudulent transfers, sometimes they're called fraudulent conveyances. There's a lot of different names for them, but the crux of it is you cannot transfer assets.
The police believe David tried to pull a fast one by trying to protect his assets, but it will not work in the end. But when reviewing his financial reports, the police found something very odd. They noticed David has been renting a private rental home that he has never mentioned before. Then when investigating throughout the private home, they noticed that in the background of many Celeste TikTok videos, it is the same background as David's private rental, making them believe Celeste has been living here for the last little while. But she wasn't the only person living in it, because so was a man named Neo. Neo has been rumored to have been living in David's other rental. It reads, this in no way implies any type of guilt, but based on Steve's recent findings in David's social media, it's very possible that his friend Neo was the last one driving the Tesla. Neo has wiped his social media clean of all David posts and does not follow him on Instagram anymore. This post and information has not been confirmed by LAPD or officials. However, a private investigator would hint towards Neo's involvement.
You know who that person is, and do you believe that is the person that moved the Tesla?
So I definitely know who moved that Tesla on that late July before they went on tour. I can't say who the person, and I don't mean I can't say but I don't know who exactly was in the house, because it's just a report, but there's video, but you can't make a person out. But somebody was in the house, and being that there's only one key, it's like, okay, who had access at that time? So is it the same person that moved the Tesla? Was another last part of the plan about to go in motion as far as getting rid of her? I don't know.
With this then going viral online, Neo would start doing shady things to his social media accounts. It was announced, receipts show that David and Neo, who had been constantly together, no longer follow each other on Instagram. What happened to Celeste? Did Celeste learn or witness something significant to David, given his public profile as an artist? Where rumors began circulating that David had a relationship with Neo. Several photos of the two, either laying in bed or even recreating the famous Titanic pose, makes many believe they could have had a hidden relationship. However, investigators now believe David has been hiding with Neo somewhere, pretending to cut ties with each other on social medias, where even the private investigator would claim he doesn't even know where David is.
Do you have any indication about where David is right now?
I don't. I have no idea. And it's kind of bizarre because his group has stayed so silent, what's left of his group, I guess. And I'm not even sure the conversations that the owner did have with his management in breaking that lease. I'm not even 100% sure his management knows at this time where he's at. I think his attorney might be the only one, and his parents.
However, days later, David would then make his first appearance of two. The first was by accidentally posting a new song. It reads, David just posted a song titled Rush to his official BandLab account and then quickly deleted it. David is currently under investigation by the LAPD, where comments from fans on the new song would be asking if he did it. Once getting those notifications, David then quickly deleted the song. But to understand his second response, which is a video, it's very important to hear the private investigator speaking on what he believes happened to Celeste.
You don't know more information about when she, right?
No, okay. I don't have any information of how she, when exactly she. I have, listen, investigations are always moving, and right now I tend to believe it happened a while ago, a long time ago. And I think January, February, things changed. I mean, you can see it in the photos and everything. And I also think when I first started looking at this case, I'm very much an Occam's razor type person where I think things are a lot easier than people try to make them sometimes, especially online, into these big things. And I thought this was going to be a tragic, which it very well still could be. And they made a bad decision because they didn't want to expose a potential relationship and put her in this Tesla. And then maybe he thought he could get somebody to get rid of that car. And they were just like, no, I'm not doing it. And just got left there. But I will say this, there are some things that, and I'm talking physical evidence that was at that house that there could have been greater plans as far as getting rid of her.
It all revolves around David's second private rental. It's important to the LAPD to figure out the last time that he was there, because it's said by investigators Celeste would live at the second home because it was a lot more private. There's several TikTok videos confirming she would sleep there, but there was one more piece of evidence they found. It reads, video that David recorded at his other house where Celeste stayed in February 2025. Celeste had likely been passed for a few weeks. Also in February, he leased a red Tesla and stopped using the black one, where the investigators noticed the picture frame right behind David in this video. They also checked the date of when David recorded it, lining up perfectly to the time investigators believe Celeste had passed.
Hey guys, I know I haven't posted on this account in a little minute, but I just had some words to share with you for 2025. Despite all the craziness that's going on, all the turmoil, the natural disasters, the pain and things like that this year, I just wanted to tell you guys not to be discouraged and not to lose hope and not to turn your face from God in these times of evil. And it seems like just at the start of the year, it's literally January, all this stuff is happening. It's like the most insane, it's February now, but it's the most insane start to a year that I've ever seen. But God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and love and a sound mind. So keep that sound mind, 2025. Stay prayed up.
Celeste would stay in David's private rental. With him posting that video right at the time the feds believe Celeste had passed, they are claiming that that is his official reaction. I had to mute it in the video, but David literally says many passings happened in 2025. Not to mention, he would end up leasing a red Tesla and stop using his $100,000 Tesla SUV entirely. If that is weird to you, leave a like, because the news wrote, there's too many coincidences. The strange timeline surrounding David and Celeste, where David transferred his Texas home into his mom's name on September 18th, the same day Celeste was identified in the Tesla. But one day earlier, the LAPD executed a search warrant at his Hollywood Hills rental. On that same day, a police call was falsely reported an incident of somebody passing at one of David's homes. When the police arrived, they were met by David's parents, who said that his younger brother and sister were upstairs.
No, out of all times for this to happen, as he's discovered in his car, after she's been identified, for there to be a potential swatting incident where somebody calls 911 with a fake allegation, a fake crime for their property, out of all people, out of all times, it's weird.
Well, it's weird, but it doesn't necessarily surprise me, because this case has taken on national significance in terms of people paying attention to it. And there are bad actors that understand how to bring somebody by way of swatting. So somebody called the 911 system down there. They found the address online and were basically made up a story for the cops to go there. And then they went in, and fortunately the police were very professional, and they were able to immediately understand that it was a swatting incident and it wasn't a legitimate call.
As a reminder, earlier in the video, the private investigator said nobody knows where David is. Many believe this swatting incident was actually a cover-up for the police to try to search one of David's homes, seeing if he was hiding out there, because no one knows where he is, and the police want to know where he is before coming for him. They had to make a move because of what they found in 2 interviews by David in the past, where David says that he wants to live on an island with no social media in 4 years, coincidentally when Celeste would have turned 18.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Okay, so the plan is hopefully this music thing takes off crazy next year.
Why is he saying, why are you saying that like you're not like up there?
Well, I'm not there yet, but hopefully it's like even crazier next year. And then I go on crazy year after year for the next 3 years. And then on the 4th year, I retire. And on the 5th year, I'm off the grid, living somewhere like on an island with this crazy crib. No social media, no digital footprint. I'm just gone. I'm just gone. In 5 years, I'm gonna be gone.
Will you still remember me?
Yeah, bro. You'll have like the secret codes to the mansion.
Yeah?
You can pull up on every
What's the secret code? Give us the first 2 numbers.
Absolutely
of the
not.
Where fans noted the question was, where do you want to be in 5 years? But he mentions where he wants to be in 3 to 4. However, the second interview was the worst. It comes right after the news of David update. An alleged photo of David wearing a similar wig to the one Celeste was wearing has surfaced online, proving that David likes anime conventions, which is totally fine. However, it's him describing that he wants to be an anime character that the investigators had a problem with, and let me explain. David would describe that he wants to be an anime character, confirming that he lives in an alter ego world similar to an anime theme, where he likes to imagine that he's the main character who goes out and commits serious crimes, but pay attention to the crime that he uses as an example.
Basically, an agent of chaos and kind of my alter ego, and the story of the manga went like I was a detective and there was an evil version of myself that would kind of come out at random moments, kind of like Fight Club with Tyler Durden, and he would commit the crimes that I would have to solve as the detective. So like when I was as the detective, I'd be like solving that I'm committing myself. And it was like a cool little story. I didn't think anything would come of it, like it was in the vault.
This would result in a viral comment reading, "There's hundreds of crimes that he could have used as an example when describing his alter ego, but he chooses to say that. I can't be the only one seeing how obvious this all is, right?" This would end up going viral online. David didn't like it, so he did the unthinkable. Only 30 minutes after that clip went viral, it was announced, if anyone is wondering where David is right now, he is lurking and literally been playing Fortnite just recently, where his account was playing multiple games of Fortnite within that same hour. But it's important to remember David has been a competitive Fortnite player for several years. In case you didn't know, there is a popular Fortnite tracker website where you can go and follow your favorite streamers and celebrities' gamer tags, and you'll be notified the moment they get on, each time they play a game, and even how well they did. Once that interview went viral, David hopped on Fortnite immediately, likely hoping that it would have taken its spot in virality, and it actually worked. Fans even wrote, "There's no way that's David's first response to all of this happening. If he knows that he's innocent, shouldn't he have gone about this in a much different way rather than letting his career dwindle down?" But what David didn't know is the worst was yet to come. This is because evidence files went through the LA court system, and here's all the evidence that they have. You tell me if he's guilty, because they began the evidence file by showing one of the last times Celeste was seen on camera. At David's August 24th show, the news wrote, "David's brother and Celeste in the VIP area on David's Silver Spring concert," where fan recordings of David's show would reveal multiple angles of Celeste standing with David's brother in the VIP area. But here's where it gets odd. Celeste was seen with David's brother very often, even being backstage with him when it was shared. If this video is accurate, it means Celeste was still alive on June 27th, 2024, seen backstage at a David concert alongside his brother. Look closely, she is wearing the Hello Kitty sandals. According to the missing person poster, her family noted the last time they seen her, she was wearing Hello Kitty sandals, the exact same ones she was wearing at David's show. They noted that David soft launched his relationship with Celeste during a live stream where it was shared. A resurfaced clip from David on January 11th, 2024 shows him with Celeste on stream, where he tells his mods to delete all VODs and clips after he ends the live stream.
Yo, wait.
Oh, look it. Answer that one. That's so mean if you don't answer
Which
that.
one? What's good, David? Big fan, big spot me. Oh, thank you. Mitchell.
I gotta stop with him if you even.
Are we
We need to delete this.
Are we, Maz, can we delete all VODs? And then as soon as the stream ends, delete the stream too?
However, it's what they found next, which was evidence from a man David made music with just a few years ago. After their friendship fell through, he actually tried exposing David for what he does outside of music, but nobody listened to him.
And I just want to clear up that the stuff from 2023 was not about the Celeste girl that was obviously recently in the news. It's nothing to do with her. I didn't know about her. I didn't know she was. I maybe heard her name once or twice. I had nothing to do with her. The stuff I have from 2023 was nothing to do with Celeste. These were other girls that had claimed David had messaged them or had, relationships with them. And I want people to know that in 2023, I did try and bring the situation to light. And a lot of people remember, I was having a lot of... It got so bad that David's legal team had got in contact with me to remove everything. I've attached an email here that I received from his team in 2023. And basically they removed my song with David from, streaming services because apparently I was spreading misinformation. The thing is, after that, I got in touch with David and I was like, yo, are the claims true and all of this? And he was like, he literally said, I've got to hear. He said, no, it's just some people trying to get clout. There's no evidence and stuff. After that, everything was shut down. Everything, no one else came out after that.
Also included in the evidence file was them looking at every angle. They would end up going to DJ Academics' stream where he would expose David's song titles.
Crashing. Where'd it go wrong? Ghost. Where did you go? Afterlife.
But also during his stream, they found something odd. This would be none other than a video of David cleaning Celeste's shoes outside of his home. These are the same Jordans that she was wearing on the school bus in her profile photo. They would also find a message from Celeste's brother, which goes and reads, "Why are people lying saying that I knew more when I didn't? I don't know why people are lying trying to make me look bad. Celeste did nothing but love me, and I was one of the only people that she loved. I never knew information about anything up until the last time that she left. But if you believe David played a part in the crime, leave a like on the video. I'm curious how many of you do. Comment what you think happened to Celeste. I'm gonna read them all."